Revenge films.
Hi, my name's Samara. I work in an office. There aren't many of us employed in this enterprise, but it is fulfilling work and we enjoy it lots. The company isn't successful enough to have expanded much, but the CEO was very busy going on frequent business trips across the country. One day, Miss Knuckle, said to be the CEO's cousin, joined us in the enterprise.
The CEO himself had left me in charge for a while. Until Bobby comes back, I'm at the top, and my word holds highest priority. Understand?
Although the real CEO is a kind man with a big heart, for some reason Miss Knuckle gave off the opposite vibes. And I have no idea why, but I seem to have caught her attention.
Hey you, could you do this?
I have something important to finish first.
Eh? You trying to argue with what I say?
No, madam.
Then do as you're told. Oh, and let me remind you, work past 5 o'clock won't be paid. We have to cut costs, you see.
Yes. I mean, I get that costs have to be cut, sure. But I just can't do all this work by tomorrow. It can't be helped, so I often brought my work home and toiled my butt off. Upon hearing this, Miss Knuckle would say,
What's this? You can't finish your work in time? And bring it home with you? How pathetic of you!
Her demeaning was harsh, to say the least. And she's like this with me, so when I went to talk to some colleagues...
She mentioned she didn't approve of me because you're attractive, Samara. Someone said that because you have the kind of face that could bend your guys head over heels. She's dogpiling your work to keep your flirting from happening.
What the hell is that? I'm not doing anything like that.
Of course everyone knows that, but because she's the substitute CEO, she'd go hysterical if someone opposed her.
I guess that's true, but I don't like this feeling, like it's my fault everyone's having a hard time.
The next time she presses more work onto you, come to us in secret, yeah? We'll divide up the work so that she doesn't notice. If she does, she might do something even worse to you, so...
Okay, thank you. In this matter, my colleagues helped me out for a while, and as we predicted, her harassment became much more intense.
Hey, you there! The document hasn't been done properly!
What? But I didn't finish it, miss. What? It's been deleted? I double-checked! And the data of the stuff I'd finished had been completely wiped!
Deleted? I don't think you ever did the work in the first place, You mustn't lie to me again, you hear me?
I'm not lying, madame. You'll see once I refresh the data.
We have a meeting with them in a few. There's no way you'll make it in time. This is your responsibility.
No.
You will get deduction in pay for 3 months.
Why does she do this to me and only me? Even later on, she would think of ridiculous ways to blame me for a mistake that someone else made. And my mistakes had become so frequent that my colleagues couldn't even cover me any longer. And then finally,
your mistake cost us a valuable contract with one of our clients. You're responsible for this disaster.
Responsible? But you reassigned this particular work to yourself instead of me, madam.
Pushing responsibility onto other people again, are we? You're such a maggot, you know that? You throw your work onto employees' shoulders because you can't do it properly on your own.
But that's... Nevertheless, you clearly stated what you did, madam.
Prove it then. Did you record it? Did anyone else witness our little chat?
No. Miss Knuckle told me after everyone else had gone home, leaving me alone with an unbelievable amount of work without pay. By the way, but the notion that she was perhaps planning this whole thing made me so frustrated.
In any case, I now know too much. You know we don't need employees who can't do their job properly and make too many mistakes. You're fired.
Fired?
This has gone too far, madam. Samara here has dedicated so much of her time and effort into this enterprise and has contributed to its growth, especially when Mr. Patrick isn't here.
Indeed!
Mr. Patrick pulled so many strings to get Miss Samara to transfer him for another company, you know.
You're annoying, the lot of you. The CEO has left me in charge while he was away, by the way. You mean to tell me that you don't know what substitute CEO means?
Everyone fell silent after those words. It's all right. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Samara, no! Yeah. All the teary-eyed goodbyes is but a nuisance and an obstacle to get work done. So be sure to take all your professional furnishings too, alright?
Of course. In this manner, I gathered my immediate belongings, signed a resignation notice, and left the company. But a few days later, Miss Knuckle contacted me directly.
Listen here, what's the meaning of this?
What's this about?
What's this about, my ass? Much of the company's furniture and accommodations have gone when I arrived here this morning, plus no one else is coming. I asked the cleaning lady, and she said that you told everyone to take it all away, stealing the company's property. I'm reporting you to the police, you know.
What are you talking about? You told me to take all of my personal furnishings when I left, did you not?
How does that relate to this?
My parents run a second-hand store, and with Mr. Patrick's company still getting up and running, we were lending those to you. Commodities with no charge, you see. So every computer, desk, and printer were all provided by my parents. But since I was fired, I took my belongings with me.
You're kidding, right? The company will surely go on its side in no time. Bring them back.
I can't do that, madam. Those free commodities were a token of thanks from my parents for taking care of me, their daughter.
Hang on. Where are all the employees?
I believe everyone went on strike. They all contacted Mr. Patrick and told him they wouldn't work under the control of the likes of you, Miss Knuckle. I think he's coming back very soon, too.
What? Please tell me you're joking.
I'm not. How about you explain everything to him on behalf of me and my colleagues?
Oh, what should I do?
To tell the truth, my colleagues did contact Mr. Patrick, but the part about going on strike was a lie. With Dad's help, we merely moved all the furniture to another floor on the building, and that's where everyone's working. Honestly, there's no way we deliberately abandoned work. But it was also true that the real CEO came back and was furious over the fact that she'd fired me behind his back. And then the kind man presented himself at our place.
We need your skill in our company, Miss Samara! Please come back to us!
He was actually on his knees. In any case, I didn't leave my job. According to Mr. Patrick, his mother and Miss Knuckle are sisters. Miss Knuckles would boast to her parents about her business skills in bringing multiple companies back from the dead, and they convinced Mr. Patrick's parents to take on their daughter on in their son's own company. And Mr. Patrick was on board under the pretext. Miss Knuckle herself apparently had the intention of privatizing the whole company and then taking over it. But no way a woman who couldn't handle my simple work could take on the position of CEO. No, sir. Additionally, we found out that Miss Knuckles was selling off the company's commodities, and the shop that accepted the sales were none other than my parents. And the footage of her stopping by the shop were not rare. Of course, her parents were informed of this and... Are you actually trying to make Bobby's company your own moneybags toys to play with? And you stole from them! Needless to say, they were disappointed in her. And Mr. Patrick...
What's all this about firing Miss Samara behind my back? That young lady and everyone else here are worth 100 times more than you. Do not make decisions without my knowing about it. And about the thefts, we'll report you to the police.
She was quickly evicted from the enterprise and later arrested. Additionally, because of her harassment towards me and for blaming me for multiple contracts annulments, demands for damages had also been made, it seems. Of course, Mr. Patrick later went on to see those clients personally and begged them to reconsider the contracts, all of which were a success, by the way. After getting arrested, perhaps because she attempted to make his company her own, Mr. Patrick demanded compensation too. Why do you make me suffer so? I'm a relative of yours. Why? Good riddance. Holy moly. A company is not a toy.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.